Shalom, Laha Alahayim, Nawathan, Kahalayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Cha Hakodash. Peace to the gods, giving all praises to Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit, double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do well. Salutations, blessings, peace be unto the Bayath Dawada, the house of David, the hope for elect, predestined for salvation, starting with the governing body, 144,000 men, 12,000 of each tribe of Israel, and the remaining one-third of men, women, and children, friends of the prophets, believers on the gospel, actually rehearsing the righteous acts, Lord willing, unto the end, through endurance. It's your brother Tazapanya, back at it again, with a digital epistle, more like a walk, and a walk and talk, um, like Elder Apostle Gabar, the beloved Elder Apostle Gabar does. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. So I'm gonna get straight into it. I know, Akim, Akwath, the very few Akwath out there that are listening, learning in subjection and silence, but have been seeing those that watch the true elders of all Israel, which are the apostles of Great Millstone and other brothers, have been talking a lot about this new article. Now, the article is new, but the information is old, man. And I'm not saying that to, down any brothers, but it's more of, the prophets and the watchmen been in the know. They be knowing, you know? So they're talking about a 2022 summit. Because I actually read the article. Niggas like to just read the headline. But of Richard Warner, actual chairman of the used to be of the Bank of Japan, Bank of England, other things of that nature, but he's a chief economist, right? And the same thing where he was like, this is the true nature of a CBDC as far as the grain of rice they want to put in your hand, because I had a private conversation with a Swedish central banker, right? And it just so happened to have been Sweden, where the majority of Sweden is sea-hipped already, right? So I'll say this to say, because when I was actually reading the article, they're basically using auto abkeo, which we've been telling you. That's one of their Latin slogans, right? Of their fraternal, Masonic, evil, left-hand energy order, right? Order out of chaos. So they're creating the chaos. So they're saying through disruption, crisis, and inflation is how they're pushing people to the agenda. They use an example back in the 70s. I wasn't alive, but it's in the history where JFK, put them on to that gold-backed dollar, and then they assassinated him, and they went into the petrodollar, right? And they caused inflation to basically use as a distraction and to get people on their side to accept a fucking dollar fiat currency that is backed by a monopoly or a cartel of countries in a oil organization, OPEC plus, with Saudi Arabia, a pact between Saudi Arabia and the other nations, with Babylon the Great, the United States. You see, so he's saying that they're doing the same thing with this whole pandemic, right? And this quantitative easing and the inflation and unemployment, right? And crises to distract people and to push people towards the central bank digital currency using universal basic income. See, this is the biggest thing. See, when you read the book of Exodus, you you understand, man. The scriptures say, for the things written aforetime was written for our learning, You see what I'm saying? And back then, the Most High put a crisis in the land uh, of Egypt and, in the Middle East, sort of so-called, right? And it caused people to move a certain type of way. But this time, because, the devil, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he knows the scriptures and he wants to be like the Most High. So if you want to be like the Most High, right, wouldn't you have to actually study his word? You see that? And it's crazy. The devil do more studying of your history book, your prophetical book, than 2/3 of you Jakes out there. But anyway, right? So they see that, oh, we can get people to basically sell themselves and give themselves unto us when a crisis such as famine, right? Things of that nature happen. Because remember, people sold all that they had, cattle, land, and there's no food, so they was like, buy us. You see what I'm saying? And this is going to be the same exact thing that's happened, but in a modern day understanding perspective. You see? So with that being said, like I said, this was my little couple thoughts on this article, whatever that's been coming out. Because, one of my main things personally is keeping up with the current events regarding the MOTB, which is the RFID hip, it's nothing else, right? Jacob's Trouble, which is going to be fully instituted when that MOTB is pushed, which is right around the corner. And then when that is pushed, we know that the timeline of the climax of the Third World War III, the Valley of Yehoshaphat, as well as the missiles, 1/3, as I like to say, of the Lord's army, because the Most High got, 3 armies, Yahushua with the angels, the elect being raised up, Ezekiel 37, and in Joel, his spirit going to be in the missiles, because it's going to be a part of his army to do his destruction, his judgment, whithersoever he wants it to go. Mainly, being prophetically speaking, Babylon the Great, and as we know, the land of the small hats. So with that being said, right, if we're seeing inflation, we know that it's all orchestrated. It's happening for a reason. It's happening for a reason. All right. So with the prices going up, gas is going up. I don't know if y'all been peeping that. You see what I'm saying? Every week now is going up at 10 cents. And it's like niggas ain't talking about it. You know what I mean? And other little things. You know? So it's coming back around full circle. And it's all to get people to be like, yo, damn, I ain't got no job. They ain't paying me enough. All of this nonsense is happening. Everything costs too much. Right? And then they're going to propose the idea that they've been had, everything prepared and set up. All right? To give you universal basic income, which is basically a global welfare state. Right? Where you own nothing and be happy, and we'll give it to you. Right? But you're going to have to take it in our form of currency, which is a central bank digital currency, whatever that may be, right? Which is a programmable token, right? And then they gonna use phone apps, and I've been actually watching XRP Veil too, this other guy on YouTube or whatever, which seems very likely that the infrastructure of the central bank digital currency is going to be on Ripple technology, which their coin, their crypto is XRP, which is the #1 ISO 222 coin, followed by XLM, which is a standardized, basically is regulated by governments. It has followed the appropriate guidelines that governments say that this is cool to use. Anything else that want to be deregulated and they don't want people all up in their transactions, they're going to crash it. But anyway, he been saying that they're going to use phone apps. And then what Richard Werner is saying back in 2022 now, that phone apps is the initial phase. But eventually, they're going to be like, in order for this technology to truly, truly work, it's got to be under your skin. And we've been saying that, man. You see what I'm saying? You cannot buy or sell without it because they know that's when their full control comes into play. Full control, man. Okay? So there's a reason, like I said, like he said, that all of these things is happening and we're seeing it happen more and more and more because literally right around the corner, man. All right? So supposedly Bank of America right now, too, is like it's up 200 something million is having to pay back for because of lost money of their clients, the customers and whatever, and fees, hidden fees and things of that nature. Basically, they're trying to, this whole cyber attack not talk, you feel me, and things missing and things going crazy and this and that and the third, is part of this chaos. And the CBDC is going to be that order, man. They purposely make you paying for a bill, like you're not paying cash, you're not going to know, your apartments to do this and do that. You're paying everything online, man. And they purposely make it, oh, you press send, the due date let's say is on the 1st, you send it on the 27th, but it won't be posted until the 3rd, and then you still get the late fee because it takes 3 to 5 business days for the money to train. You don't think that they doing this? Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? So they like, oh, instant payment service. This is why the whole Fed Now thing has been a talk. Because with the Fed Now and everything is consolidated, right? As soon as you press pay, when it's from one institution bank to the next, boom, immediately taken out. Ain't no waiting periods. And see, convenience, right, is going to be used to deceive the masses. You see? And that's part of that, them left hand miracles. You see what I'm saying? That Satan, is going to be using the adversary. All right? It's devil, man. All right? So you have to be aware. The scriptures say, you see, be not ignorant of Satan's devices, lest they take advantage of us, man. You see what I'm saying? So we're learning more and more each day. We know the vision is speaking, but how the Most High is going to lead it to that, that's why we watching, so we don't get caught out like a thief in the night, right? So we trying to see which way is it turning. You see what I'm saying? We we have no say so in it. It's not our movie. We just the actors. Lord willing, we the main actors. Or should I say the supporting role of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? So, but this thing has been out. We've been talking about this. We've been saying it. We was the ones that seen all of these videos with Richard Werner and the other lady who've been talking about the whole system. See, the ones that really, really know that's at the top know that the final play, and it be Edomite, because the scriptures be saying, yo, their own tongue shall fall upon themselves. You see what I'm saying? And every man shall flee away from it, because you see that, like, in the mindset, there's even people of other nations, heathens, that are seeing that, boom, this is the final goal. And I don't want to deal with them, even though the Most High is still not dealing with them. But he said that, yo, he's going to put his spirit upon all flesh. So they see what's coming. Whether they, not be saved or not, because only Israel is going to be, only the elect of Israel is going to be saved primarily. And then the rest, of course, as we know, the scriptures. But the point is that all these people at the top been saying, talking that from way back when, man. Andrew Russo with his interview with the Rockefellers, Richard Werner, right? I don't know why I keep forgetting the Edomite lady. She kind of big, but she's smart, and they all know that the microchip, man, is the final call, and those that don't gonna get their head chopped off, man. And a few of the elect, it's a righteous thing anyway. You'll be the first ones in the chariot, because you showed faith into Yahweh Shem Yahushua to death, as the scriptures say. You feel me? Hold thy crown. You see what I'm saying? Until death they shall throw you in prison for 10 days. Behold what thou hast until death, roughly paraphrasing. You know? So yeah, man, like, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, brethren and sister and them, you know, this thing is gonna come wicked. It's gonna come upon your bumbo clot. I'm telling you, quick and easy. We gonna see this shit pop, and we gonna be like, yo, nah. But then everybody else gonna be in confusion. We gonna know that it's that time. You feel me? So really, we gonna be happy, right? Because the scriptures say, just as cold water is to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. You see what I'm saying? So when we heard, so this is the last thing before I close it out, right? So when he was saying that all of this stuff is leading to the CBDC, he's talking about the inflation, unemployment, crises, disruption, right? That shows you that all these countries is really on the same page. They all controlled by the elite, the international banking families. Oh, the BRICS coming out with a reserve currency and this and that and the third. Come on, man. You feel me? Because they are purposely trying to destroy the dollar so that they can move into this beast system, the CBD digital currency type system, man. You see? So if that's the case, and knowing how to do that is when other countries ditch the dollar by doing other current things and that and the third. You don't think that the elite is behind them, telling them to push this shit from Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and various other nations? Come on, man. It's all orchestrated ultimately by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai down through Shaitan, the spiritual demon, down through Amalek, the small hatters of the internet, the international banking families, the top ones of them, right down to your other tribes and conglomerate Edomites. And then even the other nations. Because Psalms 83, don't forget, the top two of the other heathen nations, they know who we are. So they're willing to be the puppets, the cronies for the tabernacles of Edom, man, to help put down and see hit not only the whole world, but their focus is on you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Why? Because they know that if they continue to keep the gods and priests, the lords and kings in a dominant, or should I say in a subjection, submissive, slave-like state in hell, they will continue to live in luxury in heaven, in a rulership, you know, place, with Edom. But see, the Most High says in Job, through the Spirit, that he's appointed his bounds, right? And when he's going to fill his belly, right? Which is basically when he thinks that he's completed his agenda or about to complete his agenda, he'll put him in straits. He'll put him in a difficult position. Because like I said, when they mandate that chip, that's when, at the all-time high, Satan against Satan, kingdom against kingdom, where Russia gonna press that button, and at the same time with World War III, with Russia and everywhere else fighting against who's gonna rule the new world order, right? Yahweh Shah coming, and then they gonna all come together. Like let's put our shit aside, man. Okay, we'll figure who's gonna rule the new world order, after we defeat this black man in the sky on UFOs. And they're gonna be afraid. This is Second Esdras, chapter 13. They're gonna be afraid, right? But they durst fight, as it says, because the Most High gonna put a spirit of them of pride. And what does the proverb say? Pride goes before a fall. Call hello, y'all. Shem Yahweh Shah, man. Lord willing, y'all was edified. Nice little walk and talk exercise. Digest some of this food I just ate. You know what I mean? But get ready for the plantation tomorrow. which sucks, you know, but we got to keep pushing, man. Got to keep going, you know, like a great millstone. Keep grinding, you know. Give them no rest. Brakatayawa Shah. Keep watching, brother. To the next time. Shalom.